Hello, cooperative members. Maintaining sound financial health is not just good business practice, it is the foundation for everything we do. Our financial health affects our ability to serve our members, plan for the future, support our employees, and fulfill our mission. For a cooperative, that impact is even more personal because our customers are also our owners, our neighbors, and members of the very community we serve. Even though every dollar is carefully accounted for, we are all feeling the effects of inflation, rising cost of goods, and broader economic uncertainty. From materials and fuel to equipment and day-to-day operations, expenses are up across the board. In the face of these challenges, we remain committed to disciplined financial stewardship, balancing today's realities with tomorrow's responsibilities. As part of that balance, in 2024, we had to make the difficult but necessary decision to request a distribution rate increase from the PSC. This decision was not made lightly, and it reflects our deep responsibility to maintain the integrity of our system while continuing to deliver safe, reliable service.
In the last 2 years, the cooperative has had unfavorable operating margins. Thin or negative margins limit our ability to invest in system upgrades, respond to emergencies, and manage rising expenses like fuel, labor, and interest rates. They can also affect the cooperative's creditworthiness, making it harder and more expensive to borrow money for capital projects. Margins shrink when expenses outpace revenue. Rising costs caused by inflation, price escalation, and investments necessary to meet state of Maryland policies and legal requirements outstrip the amount of revenue being recovered through SMECO's distribution service base rates. Unchecked continuation of this financial gap had the potential to put SMECO in jeopardy of not meeting our obligations to lenders and limited our ability to make necessary upgrades to the infrastructure and ensure reliable service. To increase margins, the gap between revenues and expenses needs to grow wide enough to ensure continued financial stability. This can happen with an incremental increase in revenue and continued efforts to decrease expenses. Only one of the main SMECO bill components supplies revenue for the utility, the distribution service base rate, and that is regulated by the PSC. On May 1, 2024, SMECO filed a request with the PSC to increase its distribution service base rates to recover just under $38 million in additional distribution revenue. Following the PSC's full review process, we were allowed to increase the distribution revenue by only $22.8 million, 40% less than requested. For a typical residential customer using 1,100 kilowatt hours per month, this increase would raise the total monthly electric bill by 4.7%, or about $7.95. While the increase in distribution revenue helped improve margins, reducing our expenses for our distribution costs was, and continues to be, a top priority. Every cost-saving measure helps offset rising expenses and positions us to better serve our members long-term.
At SMECO, we can't control market prices or global supply chains, but we can make smart, proactive choices. Cost increases have hit everyone, and like our members, the cooperative is constantly looking for ways to reduce costs without compromising the customer service, safety, and reliabilities our members deserve. Some recent cost-saving measures include switching the cooperative's fleet to lower octane fuel and implementing automations for time-intensive manual activities. Most modern gasoline-powered vehicles are designed to run on 87 octane fuel. Unlike older vehicles, which required higher-grade fuel to guarantee better performance, SMECO was able to shift our fleet's fuel usage from mid-grade to regular. This yields savings of approximately $40,000 to $50,000 per year without causing a decline in performance or an increase in maintenance costs. Efforts to automate time-consuming and repetitive activities also yielded savings opportunities. By the end of 2024, 4 robotic process automation bots were active, saving the cooperative more than $80,000 within 3 years. 5 additional bots were under development and scheduled for activation in early 2025, netting an additional savings of more than $370,000 within 3 years. Cooperative teams will continue to look for opportunities to reduce spending, improve operational efficiencies, renegotiate vendor contracts, and optimize fleet usage. These strategic efforts help offset some of the inflationary pressures and kept rate impacts to a minimum for our members.
While these efforts helped reduce expenses, the cooperative can only impact about 35 to 40% of the costs on the typical utility bill. SMECO does not control the cost of wholesale power. SMECO members who received their electric supply through the cooperative pay exactly what SMECO pays per kilowatt hour with no markup. SMECO does not own any generating facilities, so the cooperative purchases the vast majority of energy needed to fulfill its supply obligations from the market. While the cooperative is not able to control the cost of wholesale power, our rates and procurement team work with ACES, a nationwide energy management company, to secure the best price possible to ensure cost-effective and reliable service for members. The cost of wholesale power remained consistent through most of 2024. However, the cost of purchased power will jump significantly following the PJM capacity auction held in August 2024. The 2024 PJM capacity auction set pricing for delivery year 2025-2026, with clearing prices increasing by more than 5 times that of the previous auction. The spike in capacity prices reflects a tighter margin between the supply and demand of electric power, likely causing higher electricity bills in the near future and prompting investment in new generation resources in the PJM territory.
SMECO actively manages its capacity demand from PJM to the extent possible. Time of use rates incentivize our members to adjust their usage to ease SMECO's peak demand. In addition, the state-mandated Empower Maryland programs have successfully incentivized energy efficiency for well over a decade. The Empower Maryland Energy Efficiency Act was passed by the Maryland General Assembly in 2008, creating a statewide goal to reduce per capita electricity consumption and on-peak demand. On May 9, 2024, Governor Westmore signed House Bill 864, providing direction for the next cycle of the efficiency programs and shifting the targets from energy savings to reductions in greenhouse gas. The costs to administer the required programs to meet SMECO's state-mandated goal are factored into cooperative utility bills as the Empower Maryland charge, found under the distribution services portion of the SMECO utility bill. Members who participate in the programs help themselves by taking advantage of an opportunity they are already paying to receive, and they also help the cooperative meet the energy saving and greenhouse gas reduction goals set by the state.
As SMECO continues to look for ways to save and operate more efficiently, we do so without compromising reliability, safety, or the high standard of service our members count on. SMECO is committed to reliability and consistently maintains and improves the infrastructure and technology on the electric system. In 2024, the cooperative made major investments in system reliability. One major investment in reliability included breaking ground on a new substation in Waldorf, which replaced the aging substation nearby. The new substation uses a box structure station construction that incorporates advanced modular construction techniques and compact, standardized components, a great design for urban areas. The last hydraulic line recloser on SMECO's lines was replaced with an electronic unit in September, completing the transition away from units with insulating oil. The newer reclosers remove the risk of a potential oil spill, provide data logs for troubleshooting device operations, and allow for reprogramming. In October, the cooperative outfitted the Golden Beach substation with wildlife guards that block exposed cable and other energized components, keeping the critters from being able to stand on steel and touch something that is energized. These deterrents will protect the system for up to 40 years, improving reliability and reducing the needs for expensive repairs. It will also improve the livelihood of our local wildlife. SMECO will make many more improvements to harden its electric system in the next 5 years, thanks to a $32 million grid resilient grant through the bipartisan infrastructure law. The work will include rebuilding the transmission line between Hughesville and Chalk Point, undergrounding distribution lines in 30 strategic locations, and installing fiber optic connections for substations in Charles and Prince George's counties.
We believe a reliable grid starts with a strong team. In 2024, we invested in training and cross-skilling opportunities to keep our workforce sharp, safe, and engaged. Recognizing the importance of continuity, we also strengthened our succession planning, ensuring that as key employees near retirement, we have knowledgeable and prepared individuals ready to step into these roles. Line workers are the backbone of electric utility. One of the most dangerous jobs in the United States, utility line work, requires extensive training and strict safety protocols to work near high voltage electricity in all types of weather. In 2024, SMECO's Groundman Internship Program celebrated its first 2 graduates through an arrangement with the Apprenticeship Maryland programs. High school seniors studying electrical wiring worked mornings as interns alongside SMECO crews, and after graduating, joined the cooperative's workforce as full-time groundman trainees. 4 new students joined the internship program in the fall. Apprentice Group 23 also finished their 4-year apprentice journey in July, completing more than 8,000 hours of training to become SMECO's newest journeyman line workers. This group faced unique challenges as a result of the COVID pandemic, but completed their training with a 94.5% grade point average and 0 injuries. SMECO understands that maintaining both mental and physical health is crucial for employees so that they remain equipped to meet the demands of their job and continue serving their communities with excellence at heart. As part of these efforts, 3 cooperative team members became certified mental health first aid instructors. Adding mental health first aid to our established safety training programs will equip employees, members of this community, with the knowledge and skill set to recognize and provide resources for struggling individuals. Our sustained commitment to healthy employees was recognized when SMECO received the Gold Level 2024 Cigna Healthy Workforce designation. When we support our team, we strengthen the foundation of our entire operation and better serve our members.
Powering forward means more than energy. It means showing up for our neighbors. In 2024, our employees volunteered for a number of local organizations, participated in environmental cleanups, and hosted fundraising efforts for local causes, from food banks to school competitions. SMECO's annual golf tournament raised $60,000 for local hospitals in 2024. Over the last 12 years, our employee fundraisers have contributed more than $600,000 to local organizations. We supported our local students and teachers by hosting the 30th Annual Regional Math Counts competition, as well as the Elementary Math Challenge, where more than 900 local elementary students tested their math knowledge. We awarded 4 scholarships to high school students who live in the cooperative service area. SMECO honored 20 local educators with Outstanding Teachers Awards for leadership in the fields of mathematics, science, technology, and engineering. We also supported a variety of other youth programs, community safety initiatives, and educational outreach focused on energy conservation and renewable technologies. Through our partnership with CoBank, we received a $10,000 contribution to award to local organizations that SMECO supported with matching funds. Your cooperative also contributed close to $200,000 between more than 300 local organizations which serve the community for children and youth, civic and community development, arts and culture, education, the environment, and health and welfare. Our care for community extends beyond the people of our community to the environment where we live and all its inhabitants, as well as other cooperatives. SMECO's team works to protect our local wildlife by installing bird boxes, osprey platforms, and support community partners when needed. Recently, SMECO crews worked with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources to save an osprey in distress on a utility pole. Our crews also traveled south to help fellow cooperatives restore power after a devastating blow from Hurricane Helene. This storm made landfall in the Big Bend region of Florida on the evening of September 26 as a Category 4 hurricane and impacted 8 states on its path of destruction.
As we move forward, our commitment is to make smart, values-driven decisions that strengthen our financial foundation while keeping people, our members, employees, and the community at the center of it all. As we look to 2025, we remain dedicated to navigating the evolving energy landscape with resilience and adaptability. Our focus will be on balancing the immediate needs of our members with long-term sustainability objectives, ensuring that we continue to provide reliable and affordable electricity while supporting Maryland's transition to a cleaner energy future. Together, we will continue navigating market changes and investing in the community we call home.